having to text your manager that you're going to be late because you're taking your daughter to her first day of school and there was a lot of things going on. It's just like it's almost a, like you're a child, and like it should just be fine to be late. Like it literally should just be fine to be late unless it's affecting others. But I have to call and I have to check in with somebody and let them know that I'm going to be late when I'm doing something perfectly reasonable. I'm getting my daughter to her first day of school. I'm making sure that her father has the car tag so that when he picks her up, they know that she belongs to him. I shouldn't have to check in and let someone know about that. And then I miss all day with my kids to come in here and earn not even a living. And I missed all that time. I can't even take off to go have lunch with my kid. Like I can't even. By the time I get home, I'm so drained. I can't even enjoy my kid. And like I just wonder what that does to our children psychologically, you know. And we talk about it a lot on this app. Like, why didn't our parents try harder to level up for us to have a better life? Like a lot of our parents fucked off, and I'm seeing how I'm repeating that cycle because I'm at this dead end job.
At the end of the day, bro, like all I see is a woman on here goddamn complaining. At the end, welcome to America. You know what I'm saying? What you think everybody else doing? Everybody else got to go through the same thing you going through. You know what I'm saying? This is what I don't understand about women, bro. At the end of the day, they made it a big deal about wanting to be as equal to the man, want to have the same rights and the same privileges. They felt like it was a privilege to do what that man was doing, out busting his ass goddamn every day, 40, 50, 60 hours a week. They thought that was a privilege. Now you realize, nah, it ain't no privilege, bro. At the end of the day, like, all the complaining, you could keep that, because at the end of the day, we go through that too. You think men don't go through that? You think I wouldn't love to be at every football game of my sons, but I can't because I gotta work? You think I wouldn't love to be at my daughter cheer practice or something like that she doing, ballet or whatever she doing? You don't think I love to be at that, but I can't because I'm at work trying to make sure my family's straight? At the end of the day, we missed out on all those luxuries too. But guess what? We had to do what we had to do because it was our job. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, ain't no point of complaining. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna change no time soon. At the end of the day, so getting on here complaining about it is fucking irrelevant. At the end, you know what I'm saying? Suck it up. This what you wanted. At the end of the day, go on here. Hey, fight through it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it was set up in order for a reason. For somebody to be at home to make sure the kids' well-being is straight. Make sure they mental is okay. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it wasn't meant for both parents to be out doing whatever the hell, working like a goddamn slave, and at the end of the day coming home and spending a couple of hours with your kids and basically somebody else pretty much raising them at the end of the day. That's why y'all should have looked at that first. Motherfuckers should have stopped being caring about their family. See, that's why the women back in the day, they understood that it was family first. See, a lot of women call them stupid. Them guys ain't finna be like them stupid women. No, they weren't stupid. They loved their family. They loved the direction that their kids was going in. So they felt like that was more important than trying to go out and get a job and try to compete with a man or be equal to a man. At the end of the day, bro, that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? This whole world ran that way, so ain't no point in getting mad at one situation. It's just, you got to suck it up and tough it out, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Now, far as the time thing, come on now. That's like the dumbest shit you could ever say. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, being late shouldn't be a problem. At the end think about what you said before you just say it. You know what I'm saying? What if you was late for your flight? Then what? You gonna miss that motherfucker, have to sit there goddamn and wait on another one. You know what I'm saying? Reschedule. You know what I'm saying? What if you was late and your kids was going on a school field trip or something like that, and they late and they missed the bus? Guess what? Your child can't go. What if you ordered some shoes offline or something like that, and you had an event to go to and you was expecting them to be there on a Saturday, and guess what? They got there the next week after. How would you feel? So don't just say anything because it fit the narrative of your situation or whatever. At the end of the day, that was the dumbest shit ever. Now this whole world ran out of time. It's never okay to just be late. I don't care what you're doing. At the end of the day, you need to be on time for a reason. Because at the end of the day, people ain't finna wait on nobody. We got to move around regardless of what situation we in. At the end of the day, if somebody ain't here, they got left out, we still got to keep it moving, bro. That's just how it is. The earth gonna keep circulating. You know what I'm saying? With or without you. So don't just say stupid shit and expect it to sound cool at the end of the day. But let's get the rest of the story, man. Then we'll come back to it, bro.
I'm not respected. I'm not looked after. Nobody gives a shit. And I'm giving my time for money just to be able to pay bills, not to have anything extra. And I gotta check in with somebody just to be able to take my daughter to school on the first day. I live an hour or so away from this place. An hour here and an hour home. I don't know how the sound is affected by my car cutting on, but yeah, I think I'm done. Like, I don't know if tomorrow will be my last day, but like, I know I'm done. Like, I can't do this anymore. And if, I got to deal with the humiliation, for a couple months of being behind on bills and people thinking I'm crazy because I left my job, I'll deal with that. Because honestly, I don't have anybody in my life whose opinion I even give a fuck about at this point. Like, I'm just being real.
Bro, at the end of the day, cause like shit, you know what I'm saying? First of all, let me say this, cause like I don't know what people be going to jobs and expect the job to care about them, bro. It is not a job's job to care for you. At the end of the day, we just here to do business. I'm gonna pay you an X amount of dollars for you to perform an X amount of work for me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's it. It's a business transaction. It has nothing to do with feelings. It has nothing to do with, oh, I want them to be. Bro, that's never going to happen. It's never going to be that way. At the end of the day, it just is what it is. We got to accept it that way. If not, then we going to be forever being our feelings, bro. Feelings ain't no place for business, bro. And business ain't no place for feelings. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, ain't nobody going to care for you. That's just what it is. Most of the people in the world don't even care for you. I don't care what they get in your comments or whatever under your videos say. Man, most of these people ain't thinking about you, bro. At the end of the day, most of the time, people leave this earth, man. You know what I'm saying? They grieve for what? Couple weeks. After that, 2 months later, man, it's back to regular scheduled programming. That's just what it is, and we got to accept it that way. Stop trying to be loved so much and realize that shit. Your objective is to make sure your kids get farther. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I think that's bottom line. You know what I'm saying? If not, then why in the fuck is we out here working so hard anyways? We working this hard for a reason. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the bills gonna be the bills. And like you saying, you talking about quitting and shit like that. That's your own personal preference. At the end of the day, nobody's gonna care because when you out here crying homeless, because bills got to get paid regardless. You know what I'm saying? It's just called being a fucking adult. Bills gonna get paid. I don't care what position you in. You could be rich, poor, in the middle, whatever. Not making money. Bills still got to get paid. You know what I'm saying? The landlord waiting on his. You can just count on it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So if you choose to sit your ass at home and not get up off your ass, go try to do whatever you got to do to make sure your child able to goddamn had the necessities that they need in life, then to me you a sad ass parent. I don't care if you mother or father. Don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, we tend to pamper women when it comes to that situation. No, mothers out here sad as fuck too. Because at the end of the day, you know your child can't eat without you going to work, and if you choose to quit that job, especially without finding you another, when you choose to quit that job and sit at home and not do nothing, man, that's on you, man. That's a personal problem. At the end of the day, it's sad as hell, like I said, because your child gonna suffer from it. Not the people you talking to, not the job, not the whoever you think you trying to hurt. At the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna suffer from it but your kids. And at the end of the day, it's your responsibility to make sure they don't suffer. So anybody say something that selfish and stupid, at the end of the day, that's a sad excuse for a parent. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, all of the complaining, I can't go here, I can't be there, man, men been dealing with that shit for centuries. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Or as long as the school system been the way it's been, I guess long as we've been going to school. Put it that way. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we've been dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we want to go see our kids prosper too. We miss a lot of that shit because we trying to make sure everybody's straight. You know what I'm saying? That's called being a man. And when y'all get to want to be equal to a man, you got to understand that we'll put ourselves on the back burner for everybody. Everybody come before us. And we the one out working the hardest going to get the money. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So before you try to be us, try to study us first. Try to learn us first. And then ask yourself, do you really want to be in that position? You know what I'm saying? Because it look like you want the position, but don't want the responsibilities at the end of the day. And you can't have one without the other. That's just how it goes. Welcome to America. It is what it is. But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, bro. One.